Your beloved Activa has now gone the electric way. But will that rock the boat for someone like an Ola Electric as well as Bajaj Auto? We look at a deep comparison of all the three players and estimate what kind of bigger pie will Honda be able to capture from this particular time frame and this launch as well. Well, currently the Honda has launched its first electric vehicle scooter, the Activa E is what they're calling it, as well as the QC1, which is specifically another variant of the scooter. Now, vehicles will be launched in a swappable as well as a fixed battery model, and that's key because currently only Ola Electric has a swappable battery model in the current market. They're expecting to capture a very large share of the pie going forward with this particular launch and banking on its legacy name as well. What's key is that the swappable battery scooter will only be available in the metro city of Delhi, Mumbai as well as Bengaluru because they have and are looking to create a much denser network of the same. Now, the fixed battery model will be available across the country. That's what Honda has said in its particular press release as well. Bookings are expected to start by sometime in January of 2025 when the pricing will also be unveiled, and that'll be something to watch out for as well. But how does the Honda Activa E compare with its peers such as Ola Electric as well as Bajaj Auto and a TVS iQube? Let's deep dive into this. Well, the swapping network in the country is still at a very nascent stage, and while someone like an Ola Electric also launched its first swappable scooter, the S1Z, very close to the timeline of someone like an Honda Activa as well. What's key is that Ola was the first one to revolutionize the industry with the smallest battery of 2 kilowatt hours. What they have done is also launched a 1.5 kilowatt battery, which is a 2 in the same model itself, which is the S1Z. These will give a higher range to its scooter battery as well. But what's important to know is that the battery is one of the key things to watch out for, because the higher the battery is, the bigger and the faster the range is for any kind of electric scooter. When you look at someone like an Honda Activa E, that's been tested to give a real world range of about 102 kilometers per hour in terms of range. When you compare that with someone like an Ola Electric, Ola is giving 146 kilometers with two swappable batteries or roughly about 70 kilometers each. In terms of comparison, Bajaj's Chetak is another one which is giving roughly about a range of about 123 kilometers. So it's very neck and neck for all competitors as well in this particular field. What's another key differentiator is of course the pricing. For Honda Electric, they have not mentioned the current pricing and it's expected to be released sometime in January. What's important is that someone like an Ola Electric has been undercutting its competitors in terms of pricing. They've launched the S1Z specifically, priced at just about 59,999. And in comparison, the Bajaj Chetak is available for almost 1 lakh rupees. What does that mean for the electric scooter industry, and who will manage to have the biggest pie? Currently as well, we can see that post the pandemic we saw a rise in personal mobility because of course the coronavirus, and that was led to the electric scooter evolution. We saw roughly about 100 players enter the market, while with the quality of the products did deteriorate substantially, which was also led by a higher amount of subsidy which reduced the cost. At one point of time, post in the April 22, we saw that roughly 50% of the scooter cost was discounted under the FAME 2 scheme. Now, as you can see, Ola commanded roughly 9% of the market in that particular time frame. While the number might seem small, we have seen that it's compared to the other 90 players that were in the space, they were able to capture a very high share of the industry. Apart from that, in the next 2 years, the company has effectively managed to capture roughly 34 to 35% of the industry, essentially meaning that 1 in every 3 scooters sold were that of Ola Electric. Now, we have actually seen companies like Bajaj Auto as well as TVS Motors increase the competitive intensity, launching multiple scooter variants across price points and ranges. Now, when we look at, the Ola has been able to capture roughly 35% market share as we mentioned, but HSBC expects that it will be able to have roughly 40% market share by the end, somewhere around March 2025. They are expecting also somewhere like a TVS and Bajaj to have roughly about 15 to 20% of the market by the end of the fiscal year, essentially meaning that the top 3 players have more than 70 to 75% of market share in the electric scooter segment. But that is expected to change with the launch of Honda. Now, HSBC expects that by 2030, Ola will still be the market leader with about 40% of its market share. But companies like TVS as well as Bajaj might only be able to have 10 to 13% of the market share. Going forward, Honda is expected to have roughly 7 to 8% of market share, essentially meaning that they'll be selling 8 scooters out of every 100 in the industry. While that might seem low, the electric scooter segment sold roughly about 9 to 10 lakh scooters back in the last year, and it's expected to rise multi-fold by 2030. So what do you think of Honda's entry in the electric scooter segment? And do you think your current portfolio stocks of Ola Electric, Bajaj Auto as well as TVS Motors will get impacted by the same? Let us know in the comments below and follow NDTV Profit for more.